Welcome to New Focused Approach to Mathematics Basic 8. This is the revised edition. And in this video, we are looking at drawing the graph of a linear relations, using it to solve related problems. Okay, so what we are going to do here is very simple. In our previous video, we were looking at equation of a line, and we saw that equation of a line always comes in the form of ms plus c. So now when we are given equation of a line or equation and we want to graph it, how do we graph it? Okay, so sometimes you need some values to plot. Okay, so you need x and y components so you can plot and get your values. So let's take an example and see what we are trying to do here. A rule of a mapping is given as y equals 3s plus 2. Of course, it rhymes what we said earlier on, y equals ms plus c. They can put the equation in any form, but when you rearrange it, you always get it like this, right? And now we want to copy and complete the table for the mapping. Then again, they say we should use a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 to 2 units on the y-axis. Draw two perpendicular axes, OX and OY. We are going to do that. On the same sheet, we should mark x-axis ranging from -3 to 5 and the y-axis ranging from -6 to 16. Beautiful. Then we have to plot on the same graph ordered pairs. Now, ordered pairs here simply means, assuming that I get -4 here, then -2 for the x-axis, -4 becomes the ordered pair which I'm going to plot. So I'll do the same thing for this, that, until I finish everything. Then we have to join the point with straight edge to form a straight line. Then use the graph to answer the following question. So let's see how we can do this. Right. Now, first of all, we need to get the table completed. So given y equals 3s plus 2, when s is -2, what will be y? So y will be equal to 3 times -2 plus 2. And when we simplify that, we have -6 plus 2. -6 plus 2 will give us -4. Then we put -4 over there. Now, for the next one, they've done it for us. They've done when s is 0, y is 2. Now, let's see when s is 1. When x is 1, y will be 3 times 1 plus 2. And that should give us 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. So we can put 5 here. The same thing can be done for 2 being 8 and 3 being 11. You can pause the video and try solving them as we've done it and see if you get the same answer as 8 and 11. Good. Now we go and plot or draw our graph. Okay, now this is our graph paper, and we have 2 centimeters to 1 unit on the x-axis. So you see that between this line and this line is 2 centimeters. And each line we should represent it by 1 unit. So 1, then 2, then 3 in that order. The same thing goes to the opposite side. They didn't want us to have so many negatives, so we should do it from -3 up to +5. But I've done more than that. It doesn't change anything. Then on the y-axis, for every 2 centimeters, we should represent it by 2. So 2, 4, 6 in that order. And again, they wanted us to start from 6 up to 16. But I've started from 0 up to 16. I can get my 16 here. Fine. Opposite side also comes in as -2, -4, -6, and so on. So we are going to plot our point. Now the first pair is -2, -4. So -2 is here, -4, 2 is here. So the point will be somewhere here. And so you can plot your point by using asterisk, or you can do a small note or dot to represent that. Then the next pair is -1, 1. -1 is here, -1 is here. So they meet at that point. Then the next one is 0, 2. 0 for the x-axis, 2 for the y-axis, so to meet at 2. Then the next one is 1, 5, 2, 8, 3, 11, and finally 4, 3, 11, and 4, 14. Good. So 4, 14. Good. Then we use our straight edge to draw a straight line that will pass through all the points, and that becomes our equation, which we call y is equals to 3x plus 2, or y is equals to 3x plus 2. right? Good. So that is what we have now. Now, the first question, according to the question we have to use the graph to find the value of y when x is 2.5. So when x is 2.5, 2.5 will be located somewhere here. Have you seen it? Then we trace it with our ruler, we trace it straight to meet the line, and then we track it again to the y-axis, and that is going to give us 9, because in between here is 9. So 9 point, remember with the 2 to 2 unit means every small line will be 0.2. So that's going to give us 9.4. So when x is 2.5, y is equals to 9.4. Again, we have to find the value of x when y is 14.6. So on the y-axis, let's locate 14.6, and 14.6 will be this point here. Have you seen the 14.6? Then we track it to the line, then we track it from that point down and read the value here, which is 4.123. So when y is 14.6, s is equals to 4.3. So you see that. Good. So now let's take another example and see, maybe with the second example we'll understand better. The table below shows a mapping with relation 5, y plus 5s minus 15 equals 0. Again, we have to draw a copy and complete the table first, and then using the scale of 2 to 1 unit on x-axis and 2 to 5 unit on y-axis, we should draw our line, make our demarcations, and then we move on. So let's fill the table first. Now when x is -3, y will be given as -3 in place of x, then minus 15 equals 0. Again, y will be plus -15 minus 15 equals 0. Y plus -30 equals 0. When you make y the subject, you get positive 30, and so we have 30 over there. Now we'll do the same thing. When you do it for -2, you get 25. -1 will give you 20. 0 will give you 15. Then we have 1 to 10, 2 to 5, and 3 to 0. So go through the calculation, we get the same answer. Okay, now let's plot the point. So you're going to plot -3 against 30, and that is clear here, right? We plot -2 is here against 25, so 25 here. So the point will be here. Take your time and then plot all these points, okay, and then you get your straight line as such. Now the question wants us to use the graph to find the value of y when x is 1.5. So 1.5 can be located here. Okay, so when s is 1.5, we have this line drawn straight to the curve, and then we can track it to this point, and that will give us between 5 and 10. Here every point is, or every last small line is 0.5. okay, so 2 lines will make 1, and so we are going to have 5. Okay, so we are going to have 6, then 7, then 7.5. So y will be equal to 7.5 when s is 1.5. Then again, when y is 27, okay, 27 will be somewhere here. Okay, that's 25, so 27 will be somewhere here. And then we track it straight down, which also give us -2.4. So when y is 27, s will be -2.4. I'm sure this has really helped you. Go ahead and solve more questions. Thanks so much for watching.